listen, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying we have 5 bingers and 10. Shit.
We have 10 bingers and 2 pinkers. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, because they're all... No, it wouldn't be 2. Yeah, we have 10 bingers. We have 2 pinkers, but pinkers are bingers.
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
1 in the pinker, 2 in the stinker. I like the idea of doing the reverse.
Intense.
Yeah, right. Not very intense for the place that is meant for it, but very intense for the place that isn't. I guess some people are like into it or whatever.
Very into anal sex.
Like super into it though. Like I've seen a video. I'm glad we're not editing this anymore.
Yeah.
I've seen a video of someone shoving her entire fist and up to her elbow up her ass.
Now, we can begin. What have you been up to? I know you moved.
Bruh, I've been up to so much. For one, I say bra now.
See bra now?
I say bra now. Not sure where it came from exactly, but it happened. I feel like you and your generation or whatever. Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
that's really insane. I mean, maybe I should just go through it step by step in order to fully get everything, because it's like a lot of shit. So let's say we spoke was in August, early August.
I thought it was November.
Well, I mean, but when we did not really, but kind of.
Oh, okay,
again, yeah. The thing with Unhappy Hour, the last one we did, what we did in November, I was sick, drunk, and crying. So does that really count?
And then I wasn't even there for the last half of it because my internet shit out.
Not even half. You're gone after like 20 minutes because the internet's like, fuck you, buddy.
Not happening.
So, but basically, since the last time we've had like a sit down, and even at that last sit down, if I recall correctly, I was also drunk. My God, I have a problem.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, just, you know. So okay, so it's August. The rest of August. So we were where we were last time. Molly was very sick, and I was like, I'm fine. I'll never catch that. And then spent the last couple weeks of August dead.
Jesus Christ.
So one really, yeah, kind of, like, it's crazy. All the shit that's happened in the last few months, really. So it was kind of I think it was in the post show of that podcast, we were talking about theater and me switching to theater. And then right after we got done with everything,
yes,
Molly's like, you need to do theater. And I was like, right. And then
is that why I saw you with the snap streak or the Snapchat of like you were like, oh, theater isn't too bad, and you were on like this huge stage?
Yeah. Because then after we did all that, I was like, well, fuck it, I'll switch to theater then, and I switched to theater. And now I did not attend classes last fall. I think I got a burp. There it is. I did not attend classes.
Wait, out of like choice, or you just didn't go to your classes?
Oh no, out of choice. I just didn't register for anything.
Okay.
I spent basically all. Watson, get down, you fuck! You look at him on the desk. Come on, go down this way. Oh, here, I'll try to lift you up. You gotta come over here. You got it. Oh boy, there you are. Where was I?
You went to theater. You didn't take classes last.
Did not take classes last fall because I basically spent the entire fall registering, because for some reason it was just this weirdly, insanely slow process where it was just like
to transfer your major.
Yeah, it was just weird. No one would get back to me ever, and I also did procrastinate a little bit, but not enough. It was still a lot of long email things, and so I basically finally got it all finished like a week or two before classes started. Basically, yeah, like just before Christmas, so it's like 3 weeks till classes or whatever. And now I'm in like my 4th week of theater classes, and it's weird. People who are into theater are fucking into theater. It's like intense.
They're
and
weird.
now I'm understanding why.
Did you ever hang out like with the theater kids?
No, I didn't hang out with
from
anybody.
high school.
I think I hung out with just like stoners and people who like smoke cigarettes. So I'm like,
the smokers.
Yeah, smoking people. Yeah. Yeah, but Molly hung out with the theater people and then was in theater. And so, and the Kit was also in theater, and they were both people who were like, you really gotta join theater. And now that I'm in theater, I'm like, oh my God, it's like a fucking cult. Of course they're both like, you gotta come try it, man. It's drugs. It's cocaine.
Like, this is no offense to Molly or Kit or soon to be you, but it probably was just my school. But the theater kids were so fucking unbearably weird. Like,
No,
band kids.
Yes, that's 100% true.
Band kids get the. Don't get me wrong. Band kids also fucking suck. Like,
Yeah.
band kids are the weird that make me want to like assault them. Like
You know
die.
why?
Like,
Because
what?
incels are in the band.
True. That's true.
Theater and band.
Theater people, from what I've seen at my school, I can't speak for your school or whatever, they always fuck each other. Like, they're always fucking each other. I don't know.
Well, that's why there's a whole bit about, like, last summer band camp. Or like, Watson, would you get off? Oh my God, you nightmare.
He's so needy.
He's just like, Gah! Ugh! It's like, whatever, butch bitch. You butch bitch. Quick little aside. Molly's sister's dog is gay. He's a straight up fucking homosexual. And I think it's so funny that dogs can have sexual orientations.
Normally, people would be like, oh, that's fucking weird. Why are you saying that? But I'm convinced that my dog is also gay. She only humps girl dogs, and she hates male dogs. So I also think she's gay.
Yeah, dogs can be on the spectrum. And I was thinking like rainbows, you know, like a color spectrum.
Dogs can like be one or the other on the spectrum.
Yeah. Sorry, dogs. Do you think in the future dogs will have like dogs will have podcasts?
I think if they did, that is the only future that I would want to live in.
Yeah, right.
And to quote our Lord and Savior, Griffin McElroy.
Yeah.
I think dogs should vote.
I think dogs should vote. Dog suffrage.
Dog suffrage. Dog suffrage. I do think dogs should vote.
Yeah. I know. That's actually, no. For real, though. Dogs
Who's it
are
hurting?
a great judge of character.
Exactly.
You know, because you immediately know. I bet you dogs don't like Trump. Bet you they see him.
I know
like,
my dog wouldn't like
fuck?
Donald Trump.
Yeah. Even my dog looks like Donald Trump a little bit.
If you get like a newborn baby puppy, right? Hasn't been trained whatsoever, and you give it a ballot, right? It's gonna vote unbiased. It's just gonna pee all over the paper. Like, it doesn't care that Kamala Harris is black. It don't care.
It's a little
Puppy's
iffy
gotta
about
pee.
drugs, but you know what? That's an issue for another day.
Just because the dog has like a little bit of microaggressions towards gay people doesn't mean that it's a bad dog. It's unbiased.
I like the idea that dogs are, despite having the potential and ability to be, well, it's like people, I guess, having the ability and potential to be gay. They're also homophobic. But just a little bit.
The dog's closeted.
Oh. No, but it is
Dealing
kind of
with,
like how my
internalized
dad, my mom, and my grandma and my grandpa, they're all like kind of racist. But it's like, they're not like screaming the N-word or anything, but they're like, that guy's a thug. And you're like, okay, he's just black. Like,
okay, calm down now.
He's yeah, my dad's always like, all these fucking thugs downtown where all the black people live.
God.
And I'm like, okay. I shouldn't be doxing.
All right, you can just say you're racist. If you're gonna be
okay,
racist,
young man, you might as well just go all the way through with it.
I obviously, me being white, I can't say this for like a race thing, but to me, if somebody is homophobic, right?
All right.
I'd rather them. I don't know if I can say this on Twitch.
You can say whatever you want.
I don't think I can, so I'm not gonna say it. But
how bad is it? I feel like you can.
I would
feel
rather
like
somebody
is
call
fun.
me the D word than dance around their homophobia.
You know, I think I actually really agree with that. It would be nice to kind of just know where you stand. Actually,
yeah, just like out the gate, be like.
That's the best thing about masks is you can tell who all like the total pieces of shit are,
because they're either not wearing masks at all or they have Trump plastered on their face.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, I didn't even think about that part of it. But there's like a step by step of when you put on your mask and how much of like how you where you land on like a douchebag spectrum.
Yeah.
So it's like either end is douchebag in a weirdly different way. So the farthest over douchebag is people who drive with their masks on. Like,
yeah, I don't get why people do that. That's so weird to me. I get if you're not driving for super far, I get it. But if I see you on the highway, why the fuck are you wearing a mask?
Yeah, right. There's some Molly said sometimes you forget to take it off, and I think that is probably part of it. Some people just forget, but I think there are some people who literally just drive with their mask. Or the big one I see a lot is people who have their mask pulled down, so they're still basically wearing it, but it's like. It's a little weird. That's
one thing that I've noticed. I work at a grocery store. I'm sure everybody knows that already. But so Maine now has a state law where you legally, in the store, you have to wear a mask. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You will be escorted out by the police. Right. And so before that mandate was placed, a lot of people came into the store. They had a mask on. You didn't have to wear a mask, but they had a mask on, except it was under their chin. So they have the worst parts of the mask. A, you're not protecting anybody else. And B, you're hurting your ears. Because I don't know about anybody else, but masks really fucking hurt my ears. So why would you just don't wear a mask? Just don't. You're pissing me off more by wearing a mask incorrectly than not wearing a mask at all.
I think I might. I don't. Do you think I agree? Because I have this issue.
Do you think I agree?
Well, I'm just trying to go. See, the issue is when I see somebody wearing masks incorrectly or not wearing them at all, I see red and I can't focus on anything else. I get so unbelievably angry. And Molly has to hold me and be like, you need to calm down. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking kill this guy. I swear to God. I'm going to chop his fucking dick off.
Square up.
I start going at him 6 feet apart. And
You're
circles around
foaming
him.
at the mouth.
And he's just like, what?
What do you want?
Oh, it pisses me off. But I don't. But why I asked her though, because I don't know which one I get angrier about. So
yeah,
it's probably people who have their mask totally off, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so mad.
I do get really mad when I just see a nose. Yeah.
It's like
I also hate that one. It's like I get it, and especially if people are wearing glasses. I understand, I have the glasses. It took me not even a month of working at a grocery store to finally master how to not have your glasses fog up. It's not that hard. You just pinch it at the top and then puff out the things on the side, but it's still it's just not directed up that way. It's just still encapsulating your breath, but it just pisses me off so much. That people are I'm gonna show off my nose.
Yeah.
Do you know how much I wish I could show off my nose with my new nose ring that nobody gets to see? Because it's the worst time to get a nose ring during a pandemic where you have to wear a mask all the time.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about it. It's weird because I guess I'm just kind of used to seeing them now. That it's just seeing someone else. I'm like, yeah, just everyone has those, I guess.
Yeah, everybody has septum rings.
Yeah.
I remember my friend tweeted this photo of, there was this meme going around a while ago where it was this dude standing in a corner at a party and he had a mask. It was the fucking That Feel When No GF guy or the Wojak or whatever. He had a mask on and he was at a house party. And then in this thought bubble, it was nobody knows that I have a nose ring. And that's exactly how I feel whenever I'm out because I'm they don't know that I'm a little bit edgy. I'm just a little bit.
Is that what it is?
They don't know
it.
Edgy
thing?
Kinda. Or a bisexual thing. Nose rings are also a bisexual thing.
What about?
I've noticed.
No, I don't. Oh, what about pansexual?
I don't know any pansexual stereotypes, unfortunately. I think it's just in general, if you have a nose ring, you're more likely on the spectrum, if you will.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yes.
So
Actually, I don't know.
I guess while we're on the topic, I mean, I might as well come out now.
I thought that's what you were hinting at.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Isn't it fun?
It's fun. It's so much fun.
I feel.
Do you have
bad 'cause
LEDs in your room?
Hmm?
Do you have LEDs in your room?
No, well, not currently.
Oh, okay.
What I have is I have a ring light right in front of me because I'm
Is it normally
fancy.
purple?
new. So
Oh,
that's a
okay.
white light, but then I have this little light, little beamy light that has it has colors on it, and that's staying on a tripod
Okay.
right there, flashing behind me and kind of to the side.
Just like, what? The only reason why I ask is because I've been watching so many fucking TikToks lately. And I saw a TikTok the other day, and it was like, if you are a guy and you are either bisexual or pansexual and you have LED strips in your room, it's purple. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's just purple.
I had LED strips at in my bedroom at home. More often than
Were
not,
they
were
purple
completely
most of them?
purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Molly. I'm a
There's just some
stereotype.
things. But it's so fun to embrace the stereotypes, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know? Because then you're like,
yeah,
oh,
I
yes,
think I
people
agree.
know now.
Yeah.
So,
Have you seen the pictures of me in makeup the other day?
I did, and I really liked them. Who did the makeup? Because it was very, very good. It was very good, Molly. I really liked it.
Yeah, that's what she was as she was doing it. She was like, I'm sorry, this is horrible. This is horrible. I'm like, I'm sure. And then sure enough, no, it
No,
wasn't.
it was so good.
Yeah.
I want to open my window, but it's like 20 degrees outside.
Yeah, I mean, you could, and then you'd probably just have to close it again in a couple minutes. Either way. I feel like I was in the middle of a list and I got distracted.
You're pansexual.
Yeah, I think that was, no, I think it was.
Are you going to get a nose ring? I think you would look
No,
really good with a nose ring. Oh.
That's what she always says.
I
don't
think like one of
so.
those side rings would look really
No,
good on your nose.
No,
You don't like them?
I'd never do a side. I don't think that
Oh,
works for
okay.
me at all. And I don't know about the septum one. I feel like I'm just not interested in piercings for myself. I'm trying
Okay.
really hard to get a tattoo, but this guy won't fucking do anything.
Why?
Cause
What are you trying to get?
I sent him one design that was like, it was like these kind of lines and shapes, and then there was like a TARDIS in the middle of this like triangle. And I thought,
That
oh,
sounds
that's
cool.
cool. And he's like, I don't like that. I don't do things like that or something. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I found another design that's like tries to make it like your arm and your couple of your or like your wrist and hand and a couple of your fingers look like you're like a robot underneath. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And he replied to me today after like 3 or 4 days, and he's like, that would look so bad when it healed. I'm not doing that. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Jesus.
And I'm like, okay.
Honestly, I
will
think you should go with your first thing that you liked, but just like find a
I'd
different
like
tattoo
them both.
artist.
I just gotta find somebody who'll fucking do them. I had another really cool idea the other day that I wanted Molly to do to me, and I can't fucking remember it.
Like a stick and poke tattoo?
Or something like that, yeah. Yeah. But I forgot the idea, and those are flying here. I thought there was something in my monitor. There's bugs everywhere.
Ew.
Not everywhere.
I'm
It's just
not
I
one of
found
them.
them
We have fruit flies all over the place
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
so.
I think I've seen like one fruit fly, and we have ladybugs, or not. They're not even ladybugs, aren't they? They're like the Asian beetles or whatever, the little orange ladybugs.
Oh
we have,
yeah.
we have the Asians here. What?
What? No. Do you have an issue with what I said?
I remember my list.
What was your
I
list?
was going through my months from like
Yes.
August, September to now. Boy, howdy! All right, so
Can you continue talking? I am listening. I just have to open my window. It's
Yeah.
very warm in here.
So September. I was kind of in the process. I decided like 10 minutes before classes started for the class that I was registered to in. I was like, wait a second. If I'm switching to theater, why the fuck am I wasting my time with this shit? And like 10 minutes before class started, I was like, gone, canceled.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, and I deleted them all. And luckily they're all online, so it's like I didn't do anything.
That's good.
Oh, and then maybe like a weekend. I think it was like September 4th, September 8th, maybe. That's what I have written down there. I started therapy. I've been in therapy since September. Doggy dog. As of today, spoiler to the skipping in the story. She says she's never seen anyone make such a quick recovery.
I'm so proud. Oh, my heart.
I'm so it went from like September to just like late December, or maybe it was even in January. Just straight therapy and everything. Had a really bad week in December, kind of randomly suddenly after being like really good. And then she's like, "Hey, have you considered drugs, like pharmaceutical drugs?"
Oh, okay. I was like,
no, not again.
Is she endorsing crack?
And then she takes off a mask, and it was that other therapist.
She's like,
"Holy shit,
I
no."
have heroin for you, and she's like lighting up a spoon.
No, pharmaceutical drugs. So I'm on antidepressants now, and so
Nice.
and I think okay, there's these two tests that you take. There's the GAD-7, which is for anxiety, and the PHQ-9, which is for depression. At their peak, at like when I was fucking really bad, they were both at 17. Today,
How high is it? What's the cap?
I don't know how many questions there are. There might be 7 and 9, hence the numbers. I don't know. But each number, you enter with a score, between 0 and 3, depending on how And
I took one of those tests the other day.
yeah.
And I'll recap that when I get to my recap, but continue.
Okay.
So 17s?
So 17, so it was really high.
Jesus.
And now today, the anxiety one, 3, depression.
That's pretty decent.
2.
Terry, I'm so happy. Remember when you were like, 25? I'm so happy now.
Yeah, I do remember that, and
And hopefully it doesn't. You're done with that.
no, I'm good
Okay.
now. I'm really
Okay,
good.
good. I'm so happy now.
Legitimately happy, and it's good. Everything's good.
You deserve it. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy for you.
It took a long fucking time, dog, but
And a lot of hard work.
just staying alive was a fucking pain in the ass, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. I'll sneak peek for later.
Man. Oh, man. So that was, so then, he went into, I guess it was nothing too much I guess we got Watson in September. That was a big thing. And I think he really helped get that. It was because it was very soon after I started, and I think it was a really nice little boost to get me going.
Yeah.
And then, and so that was probably the last big thing of the year, until all of a sudden in December, me and Molly were like, there's anything around? Probably not. We'll just kind of look. And then we saw this one townhouse, 3 stories.
Holy
4
shit,
bedrooms.
how many bedrooms? 4?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And it's the 2 of us, man. Just the 2 of us. $675 a month, baby. Total.
What the fuck?
I know.
Both of you are splitting. Why is it so
$675.
cheap?
I don't know exactly.
Is there a dead body in the basement?
There's no basement. But it's a smidge shit. All the heat is electric. So and there's
that's
no
pretty
insulation.
bad.
Some of the windows don't totally shut. So it's kind of a shitty place, but I love it.
But still, that's really good because you if you wanted it to be even cheaper, you could move 2 people in.
Exactly. Probably 1, because we only have 1. Because we have the art room and we have my office here, and then the bedroom is downstairs, and then we have a spare room, which people have been staying in here and there, and me with person, I guess. And then downstairs is the kitchen and the living room. It's great.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's a really good fucking steal when you pay only a little bit more than I do, and that's just my share.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everything total is $500 between the 2 of us for all the utilities and everything.
Jesus Christ.
It's good. Yeah.
That's real good.
Yeah, and so like
That's-
I think that was another huge thing. I mean, just yeah. So medication, excuse me, medication, moving out, and then just having Molly around. It's been just like all these things are just like, and it's like I'm good now forever. Like I'm
That's
fine.
so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, me too. Which is also just fucking weird. Like, I mean, I was thinking too, because like I was feeling a lot better just this past year in general since I met Molly, and
Which is really odd considering the pandemic. But I mean, I guess the pandemic was kind of good for you too.
yeah, it was great for us actually. We've had a great time. And so since then, but then I was thinking like I felt pretty good when we did that last podcast. And I hadn't even started therapy yet, so it's like no one in the world hasn't seen me as like who I am now, which is just like a
It's
completely
like
different
the
person.
happy Terry.
Like, yeah, I'm like happy. Molly's talking about I'm always all fucking smiley and shit now. And like there's these fucking pictures, man. There's these like little they're little Polaroids that she had taken. And she kept taking a few of them. Like she took one.
I have Polaroids.
Yeah, yeah, like those. She took one like really early on, before I got even my haircut. And then took one like in the middle of the summer. Took one, I guess, fall sometime maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, but it's crazy this fucking progression.
Is it like 4 different people each time?
Yeah, yes. It's like it's insane. It's really weird because like you look at the first one and I'm all like I have this long hair. I'm so pale. I'm like really thin, and I just look fucking awful.
Miserable.
Like, I look like I've been withering away in a basement for however many years. Like I looked awful. I don't know why the fuck she stuck around. It was insane. And she used to be like, I like how you look. And I'm like, holy shit, why? I look so much better now. And then a little while later, and I've been outside. I'm tan.
You have
haircut.
You have a glow
that's
to your
right.
skin.
I'm clean shaven. I think she might even put some shit on my face. So I looked all smart and smooth and clean and everything. And I was like, whoa. And a little while later, I'm really tan. I'm gaining a bit of weight now. Oops.
You just look healthy now.
Right, exactly. But yeah, it's like, oh, my skin looks really bad right now. The holy fuck. Ooh. I should put some makeup on or something, dog. She told me to, and I totally forgot.
Listen, I didn't put makeup on. That's why my face is so like spot. I don't know why it's so red right now.
That's why your perfectly clear skin is so fucking bad.
It's clear, but like look how patchy and red it is.
It just looks like lighting and shadows. I don't know, man.
Okay, let's go with that. It's just lighting and shadows.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Molly says she'll get like one sit and she's like, I'm a literal fucking ghoul. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I have like 2 friends in particular that like really struggle with acne, and then whenever I'm like, oh my gosh, I got like 2 giant pimples on my forehead, they're like, shut the fuck up, idiot. You don't know my struggles. And I'm like,
that's how I feel. I always look all fucking. I mean, look at that. That's rough, man. It feels rough, even. It's gross.
I don't know. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't get like why everybody's like, ooh, acne's disgusting. I don't think it looks bad. I think it's just it's like another facial feature.
I guess. I'm not. I mean, I've never judged about it with anyone else, but I just like. I just want to look clean. I like the feeling of clean, and I want my skin to reflect that. Oh, am I warm or what? Oh boy, is it?
It's the excitement from the new podcast.
It's really exciting.
Live on twitch.tv/GoBicker.
Yeah, for free. Everything's free now. Oh, I'm really glad about that. I feel like that when I made that decision to just cancel all payment things and just be like, let's just literally just hang on, have podcasts.
Just
like, oh, it was like a weight lifted off. Because I'm like, it's like it makes this all a lot less stressful. It's like we can just come, hang out, and talk and do whatever, you know.
Just like vibe,
just fucking vibing, bro.
Just fucking.
I don't understand. I always kind of mock that because she does it all the time. So I tried doing it, and I don't understand what's going on.
That's my impression of an actual dance move, and mine is not the dance move. And I've like done it in public enough to the point where like one time I was like at the dining hall with Ben, and he was like, and I did that little dance because a song came on the radio, and like one of the fucking like workers walked by the table, looked at me, and just went like, and walked away. And Ben was like, Maya, people are looking. And I was like, we
You're
gotta
goddamn
go.
right they are.
We gotta leave.
Just do the walk out the door. It's like in Camp Rock 2 when they go to visit the bad guys.
Yes!
And they're
They're like all...
Camp Rock.
It's so fucking stupid. I hate that part. I hate most of Camp Rock.
Camp Rock 2
But it's like
was
good
the
but
worst
bad.
sequel to ever exist. I hated it. And
Was that the one where Tess like became good in the end, or was that the first
No.
one?
That's both of them actually.
Oh, okay. She was just a bitch at the beginning of both.
Yeah, she's like Sharpay. Yeah,
Good analogy.
The whole thing of the first one is that she's at the end. She's like, Mitchie, I guess you're not such a fat bitch after all.
You're not just an ugly whore that can't sing. I guess
you're kind of cool. And then in the second one, she's like, actually, fuck you guys. And then she goes to the other island, and then the other island like sinks or whatever. I don't know what happens. And then like, she comes back to Camp Rock, and she's like, guys,
can I come back, please?
yeah, basically. And they're like, no, you literally bankrupted us. We're done. Like, and then that's when all the other people from camp suck my balls or whatever come over. And then they're like, whoa, look at Camp Rock. It's all like fucking quaint and shit, bro. I think that's how they talked. I don't know. I've seen the movie once and I despised it. It was so.
I have a soft spot for it, though. It was bad, but I have a soft spot for it.
I have like 2 good summers in my whole life. 2008 with the
And
premiere of Camp
2020.
Rock, and 2020 when I met Molly. Other than that, garbage.
Every summer's
So-
terrible.
That's how you know how important Camp Rock is to me. So when that dumpster fire Camp Rock 2 came out, can you imagine my disappointment? I had been counting down for days, for weeks. And then
You were yearning for it.
I was yearning for it. I was like, I'm shaking for Camp Rock. And then Camp Rock
that
2 came out. That was the movie I was so excited
monster
for.
truck.
My point of disappointment. I can't put it into words. It was the worst fucking thing.
I feel like, now obviously I didn't have that much investment in Camp Rock 1, so I didn't feel your sorrow in Camp Rock 2. But from what I can imagine, the only thing that's equivalent to it is walking into your house that you've paid so much money to get, and your lovely wife is getting railed by the mailman on the couch.
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Yeah.
That's
the only pain that I can see
happened,
comparable.
This is a story. It's kind of like the episode of Rick and Morty where he goes and plays Norm or whatever. And I think or Jerry or whatever the fuck that game is, where he goes and plays someone's actual full life.
I don't watch Rick and Morty.
Oh really? Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Anyway, well, that's what happens. They go to this like space arcade and he plays this game and he plays this. The game is playing this guy's entire life, and then at the end he gets like crushed by some
Sims.
rugs. Kind of like this, but he's like actually in it, so it's like.
Oh.
It's like he's actually that character, like that person or whatever. And then he dies really suddenly, and then he takes it off, and he's got a high score of 93 or whatever.
Holy shit.
or whatever it was. And they're like, that was a terrible score, Morty. He's like, what the fuck was that?
What just happened?
He lived and died as a whole person, and he's like, whoa. So
Do you ever have dreams like that?
My point, though.
Yes. Your point about Camp Rock 2. Greatest disappointment of all time.
So my point is, I imagine I'm putting on the Norman machine or whatever.
The Camp Rock 2 machine.
The Camp Rock 2 machine. Yeah, it's like, so we take Molly and us now. Molly and me now. Holy shit. Speed up time. Go like 10, 15 years. We are in our dream house. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. Jesus. I want to just make money now. And let's say, for the sake of argument, 10, 15 years, we have this great relationship this whole time. If it says anything like now, it would be perfect.
Yeah.
And then I come home one day, suddenly, from my big career, and she's in the living room, and some dude is just fucking blah, blah. Like,
God.
oh my god.
That's all of your hard work and your love just ripped away from you.
Yeah.
Like all
And
your
exactly-
passion just
Exactly like when Camp Rock 2 came out.
exactly. Like
That's
the
how important
only
Camp Rock
other
2
thing that I
was.
can find equivalent to it is watching your dog get run over.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, or if Watson. Yeah, if Watson got hit by a car right now.
Yeah.
That was what it was like.
And then like
to watch
it
Camp Rock 2.
survived, but like
And he crawls back and he goes, "Help me!" And that's the only thing
Yeah.
words he's ever been able to say.
yeah, he learns English all of a sudden and can just say that.
Help me!
Is that making you sad?
Yeah, it is. It's sad. I want a dog so fucking bad. Holy shit.
Are you allowed to have dogs at that place?
I think so. I mean, the neighbors have a dog.
Oh,
They
yeah,
didn't-
probably.
They didn't say no dogs. But I mean, technically, we'd have to like pay for it or whatever.
I saw that fly. I saw it. It's a chunky boy.
Yeah, he's everywhere. He's everywhere and nowhere. Flies are ninjas, man.
Yeah, they are.
Why has nobody made a
They
cartoon
fucking
about
suck.
ninjas that are flies?
Was it on you?
Where'd it go?
Up.
He's behind me.
He's hunting. He's like getting
I'm
ready to
haunted
strike.
by the
How
ghost of
fucked
a
up
dead
would it be if it was a
fly.
horse fly and it's just like?
There's a little horse.
Have you ever been bitten by one of those? I have a weird story about horseflies. So whenever me and my friends go to the,
Flying cowboys.
flying cowboys?
For the flying horse flies.
There's little baby cowboys on them.
Making around.
My friends and I, whenever we would go to, one of my friends has, his family has like a cabin on or one of the lakes, and I already said the name. I didn't finish it, but like you can tell, it's a huge lake, whatever, on one of the lakes, right? And so me and the group of our friends will go visit there every once in a while. And there's this thing, like this giant, like floaty raft thing that like all of us can like lay on, and we'll be out and like floating on top of all the water. And we have this trend where, because there are horseflies there all the fucking time for some reason in the middle of the lake. Well, it was in the middle of the lake, but no, it's neither here nor there. So there are horseflies all the fucking. I saw it again. Horseflies all the time. And so what we'll do is like, where some of us will get into the water, right? And some of us will lay down, like belly down on the thing, just like waiting. And so we always, every single time, and part of me doesn't know if it's a joke anymore. We're always like, it lands on your ass. Just fucking spank each other.
On the bums.
On the bum, yeah. We've only, I think, we
Well, why
haven't
don't
done it
our
that
friends
much.
spank each other.
There's a lot of weird tension between our friend group. Weird stuff.
Well, I feel like that's the issue with growing up with people like that, where it's like
Is that you guys are real close?
you guys are close and you're all your hormones are all going all over the place, and you're all like, no, fuck, no, God, don't. Maybe we should, no.
No.
Yeah. You're all thinking about all crosses and everything. Any combination,
did?
yes.
We did at one point make a chart where we like did like a circle and wrote everybody's name at one point, and did like crosses to see who had a crush on who, and it's like it was a fucking mess. Like who had a crush on who at one point,
Exactly.
It was a disaster. And like I think at one point like a lot of people had a crush on Connor, and Connor didn't have a crush on anybody. It was so funny. Because he was just like,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, fuck, that's my issue too. I'm like, oh my god, everyone loves me.
Everybody loves me. Oh.
Fuck.
Talking about crushes, can I just say,
Yeah.
I now understand what it's like to like somebody and them just be so fucking dense and not get it, not understand it at all. And I'm like, it's so
I
annoying.
haven't had that issue, which is nice.
That's good, but like,
People always get it, and they're like, I wish I didn't.
I wish I didn't understand. No, I've tried flirting with this dude, but I don't think he understands that I'm flirting with him, because he's so, like, a brick. He's so fucking dense.
Yeah, that's how I know it.
There are times when I think he's flirting with me, but then I find out, oh no, he's not. He's just really nice. Like, it's not even just him being flirty. He's just really nice. And I misinterpret that as flirting. And I'm like, cool. Yeah.
Is it the same person from however long ago? Or have you moved on from that?
Oh, what was that, the March one? Or was the last year one?
Bro, I don't know.
Okay, let me do my recap since
Yeah.
August. So I'm gonna go a little bit farther back than August, which was, and I know for a fact that I've brought this up on the podcast before, where I really, 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 really liked this dude last year, like last winter, and then COVID hit, and we were coworkers, and the last day of us working together, I was like, hey, just so you know, Mondo crush on you, like crush on you for the last couple of months. And he responds with, damn, that sucks.
So hard.
That's going to be ringing in my ears for the rest of my life. He was cool about it later. He texted me. He was like, hey, that was extremely inappropriate of me. I'm very sorry. That's not what I meant. It was just like, I was just shocked. Blah, blah, blah. You're way too young for me. He was 30 years old, and I, at the time, was 18. So I was like, whatever. I wasn't like, whatever. I cried every single day for 2 months straight. But that's neither here nor there. So
That's so the opposite of what.
I was like, whatever. I was so upset. And then May hit, and then I was like, finally, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm moving on, right? Summer was fine for the most part. Like, I kind of forgot about him. And then I moved up in Bangor, which is near the school that I go to. Bangor's like the fucking second or third biggest city in Maine, so I'm not too worried about that. But so I moved to the Bangor area, and he rejected me at school. And so when I moved back up here, I was like, oh, this is where the rejection happened. And then I just like fucking downward spiral, and I was just like, like, and then like, you didn't hear this from me, but I had like a little bit of a crush on somebody in my household, and then I got my heart broken because he had I didn't get my heart broken, I wasn't that invested, but he had feelings for somebody else in our friend group, and then they went on a date, and then I was just miserable. And then I was like, I'm fine. And so I started going to work here, and then I was talking to this dude, and I was like getting... Like, this dude that I had worked with last year, because this is my other job, my Hannaford job, and now I'm like, ooh, he kind of cute. And 23.
Whoa.
Not 30.
Wow.
Fingers crossed. And then, like, I keep, like, on and off liking him, and I think that's just because I don't know if he's interested in me or not. But, so that's up until, like, August, right? Semester hits. And I'm like, fine, right? And then I go back to work at my lab, which was the work with that dude. And then just lost it. I was fucking like almost crying at the lab. I was like,
oh.
Miserable, right? Then I'm like, I went a little bit insane, and I got real sad, and then like a couple months passed, right? And I'm fine for the most part. Just little bumps here and there. Then December hits, and oh my fucking god, it was so bad. It was a combination of still upset about that guy. Keep in mind, he rejected me in March, and I was still crying over him in December. I was crying over him last month, like 2 weeks ago. It's so fucking bad. I don't know why I'm so upset. But, so, December hits, and I was upset about him, and I was upset about my money status, because, you know, college is expensive, and I'm sure all of us have had little panic attacks. And by little panic attacks, I mean mental breakdowns where I drive 30 miles in the middle of nowhere and I don't know where I'm going, and then I get kind of lost, but then I get a headache because I'm crying so hard. So then I have to drive my way home with one eye closed because I have like a migraine. And that was probably one of my worst days.
Yeah.
For December. And then January hits.
Ooh.
And then I think there were 4 separate instances. Oh, the December one was actually the point where it got like super bad, to the point where, you know how Chris has that poop counter, or he had that poop counter, right? I had to get a counter for something as well. And don't look too sad. It's a frowny face counter, which was, you know, times when I'm, you know, don't want to be alive. And so, yeah, this is everybody's response. I think it's fucking hilarious, but I think that's just because I'm, like, that's just my way of dealing with the sadness. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be such a funny story, and then everybody's just like, are you good? Like, yes, I'm good. I'm still alive, aren't I? If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here.
It's a fucking bare minimum. Like, well, I'm alive, aren't I? God damn it.
I'm still fucking breathing, aren't I? Yeah, so I fucking like started this little list of times when I wanted to DIY die. And so, like, and I started adding reasons as well.
I did that. You know, I did the exact same thing. I think it was last May or May. It was the May before. I did the exact same thing.
Because it's like, it's not like I want to, but it's just like a good reminder of like, hey, what's the pattern, and like, what's the reason why? 2 of the 4 reasons that I have listed are Tim, the guy from before, and then like a little colon / where I'm like, and then so going to the you're doing your little test, your anxiety and depression test, right? I at the time didn't think that I was like doing bad mentally, which is kind of weird, but I was like, no, I'm fine. And so I'm talking to my doctor, or I'm like calling my doctor, because I'm like, yo, I want me some ADHD medicine, because I'm like fucking losing it. I'm like 98% sure that I have ADHD, and it's like I failed 3 classes last semester because I just could not focus. Wow. And like, so I went from not failing any classes at all in high school, right? Didn't fail a single class first semester. COVID hit second semester. Failed my first class ever, right? And then first semester of second year in COVID, failed 3 of my 5 classes.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm hoping that I don't fail any more of them, because like the remote learning is just fucking impossible for me. And so as a result, I'm like, oh, I really need medication. Like, so I talked to my doctor, and then like I have to go into this virtual call, and I set it up, and it's like the dude ends up being 15 minutes late, because it wasn't my doctor, it was some other doctor. And so he's like, so, and I had to take one of those tests beforehand, and I was like, whatever, it's not that bad. And so he's like, okay, so I hear that you want to talk about attention disorders. And I was like, yes, I can't focus at all. It's kind of a problem. And he's like, that's very interesting. You should see a doctor on campus. And if you can't see a doctor on campus, you can contact us and we'll set up a virtual appointment for you. And internally I was like, couldn't we just do the virtual appointment like now? Because why do I have to see a doctor in person? So he was 15 minutes late, and the conversation total lasted like 8 minutes, maybe. That's pushing it. The appointment that I set up lasted 8 minutes, and 2 minutes of which was addressing my ADHD, my undiagnosed ADHD, and how I want a diagnosis. And then he was like, so you rated like really high on the depression scale. And I was like, and what about it? And he was like, He was like, "Are you okay? Like, do you have a good Here's the thing. Here's how I know I was fucked. I didn't realize that it was this bad. He was like, "Do you have a good support system?" And I was like, "Am I that like? Is it that scary? Is it that alarming?"
I kind of
Apparently,
sounds
yes.
like a doggy dog.
It is.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I keep saying here's the thing. I think I have manic depression because I'm fine for a long time and then I'm really bad, like really bad during
And
the bad
it does sound
spots.
kind of manic and
Very bad. It's very manic. My hair is
Yeah.
still messing up. But yeah, so there we go. That's been my time. I'm still single, unfortunately. Thought I was gonna get a partner by the time I moved in. Nope.
you get around to it. Took me
I
a
was
minute.
even like, oh my gosh, with this dude that I like have an on and off crush with. I was like, oh my gosh, like, we could have like a podcast where all of us are with our significant others, and no, still here, just.
Yeah. It's fucking miserable. I get it.
Yeah.
I think I should say I know everyone around you is good and everything. If you do need somebody, Molly and I
Yes.
will always be there. Like to
Very
help out.
appreciated. I'm good now though. I'm out of my manic state. Haven't cried since like 2 weeks ago. No, not 2 weeks ago. Like a week ago.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Because like during my manic states, I'm just gonna call them manic states. Obviously, I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Right, you're right.
I was diagnosed with like some sort of extreme depressive disorder, and I don't remember if she used manic because it was like 8 years ago. So
Like I checked your
it's
wallet,
been a
it
hot
wasn't there.
second. Yeah. And so normally like when I'm in those states I will cry every single day for several hours a day. So haven't done that in a week, so I think
Well,
that's all over.
Yeah, well, hopefully. That sounds
Ideally.
like a fucking doozy.
Yeah, it got so... I was crying one day, like, because out of nowhere, like, something just hit me, and I was like, ah, and fucking, I'm crying on my bed, right? My bed's over here. I'm crying, and I have music playing to try and, like, kind of hide the fact that I was crying, and my roommate texts me, and he goes, hey, just wanted to know if you're okay. Like, I can hear you crying, and I was like... So I went into my bathroom, and now my bathroom's my crying spot, where I sit on the floor and have my back to the tub. I'll just cry.
I feel like that could have felt really nice when I was really bad. But if you recall, I could just not fucking cry. But at the same time,
Yeah.
then, though, how many, God, just an estimate, how many times do you think I've cried in front of you? I feel like I'm always throwing up and crying.
Why throwing up?
I don't know. That's just my life. I'm always throwing up.
You're just always
It's just
sick.
like, yeah, I'm like, I ate too much. Like, Molly, when you were gone the other night, I ordered, like, the second you closed the door, I ordered Pizza Hut, and I had a pizza and a thing of breadsticks, and I ate all of it. And then
Terry!
I was like, you know what sounds really good right now? And I said, what? And I said, a good big bowl of honeycomb cereal. So I went and had a nice big bowl of honeycomb cereal. And then I was like, oh,
I've made a mistake along the way.
And then I was like, well, this does not feel very good right now. And I stumbled up the stairs and I went to the bathroom and I threw it all up.
Oh, no!
And then New Year's, we had a little New Year's get together. I had too much tort. I had some cookies. I had a box of hot tamales or some shit. No, good and plenty's.
You need to. There's got to be like a sign right before you reach that tipping point. There's none.
No,
You're just like-
generally more for that. It's delayed is the thing. So
Oh.
what happens is I just eat and I eat and I eat.
And then you're like,
Because I'm like,
uh-oh.
yummy sweets and like fucking chips and Oreos. Woo! I'm having so much fun. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna die right now. And I go and I shit profusely. I fucking empty myself out with just so much shit. And then I
Ew.
stand up. It takes so long to clean. I'm so raw. And I stand up and I go, I'm not done yet. And I sit back down. I open the thing, go, bah! And it's also so much. And then people come up to me and they're like, are you fucking dying?
bulimic?
And
Oh,
I'm like,
I thought you meant
no,
bulimic.
it's just my exorcism. Bah! It's like, I'm expelling the devil himself out of my mouth.
I don't get, like, that must not be fun. I fucking hate throwing up.
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. I've been doing it for so long and I do it so fucking often. that
It's whatever. I
fine.
can't.
What? You wish? Ugh. And then like I feel like if I drink I'll throw up, you know. It's not even like a lot. It's just I'm gonna throw up.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of throwing up, it reminded me that the last time I threw up was like, I don't throw up very often at all. Like, before this last time, the last time I had thrown up was freshman year of high school.
Well.
So, yeah. I threw up a couple months ago. I think it was after our last podcast, where I had been working so much. I was working 40-hour weeks, right? Which is weird because I'm a part-time employee. But I was working 40-hour weeks. And I was also doing full-time school. And one day at work, I was just like, I have a really bad headache right now. Like really bad. Like, weirdly bad. Because normally I have headaches. Which is also a new thing I didn't have before. I normally have headaches now. And so I was like, the lights are hurting my eyes a lot. And I don't feel very good. And I was cashiering too. So I was like talking to people. And as I was talking to people, I was like, I'm incredibly dizzy. And so I told the shift leader, I was like, yo, I don't feel good. And she was like, that sucks. And just like didn't let me leave. And so I was like, okay. And then after a certain point, I was like, listen, there's nobody here right now. Can I please take my break early? And she was like, yeah, go for it. And so I went outside, right? And I sat in my car and I was like, oh, I'm going to throw up. And for 15 minutes, that was the worst part is when you know you're going to throw up, but you can't throw up, like it's just not coming out. And so for 15 minutes, I was sitting there in my car, like going like, ooh. Well, like getting ready to leave. I wasn't going to throw up in my car. Yeah. But I was like, and like, I just like kind of was like sitting like, so the parking lot where my work is overviews like a little river, and so we have like a gate thingy, like one of those roadside things that like prevent your car from going over, and so I was just kind of like leaning on that, going like, oh, I wonder when I'll throw up, and then after a while I was like and I just started coughing a lot, and the coughing triggered it, and I fucking threw up over the side of the thing, like outside of my work on my shift. And so fucking one of my coworkers comes out from the bakery. She's leaving because it was like 7:30 at the time, and normally the bakery associate leaves around 7 to 7:30. And so her car, of course, was parked right next to mine. And so she goes, Maya? And I like got literal vomit and like snot coming out of my nose, and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no.
It's all swinging everywhere.
Yeah. I got like tears and like drool, and like I was like, She's like, do you need help? And I was like, do you have any napkins? She was like, of course. And she gave me some. And then, like, so at this point, I was 15 minutes over my break. Like, I was out for a while. And so I walk back in, and the shift leader's like, you good? And I go, I'm going to be leaving. I just threw up. And she was like, yeah, you should probably do that. And I was like, thanks for your concern. I'm glad you love me so much.
Yeah, she's like, ugh, get out of here, you nasty.
Gross. And then, like, I went home, almost threw up on my way home, too.
Nice.
And I went to bed, and I promptly slept for 13 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I wonder what the longest I've ever slept is.
That's not even the
Okay.
longest I've ever slept. I think I've slept for 18 hours once. Like, straight.
Huh?
I don't know why.
I for a little bit, I just kind of am over it, you know?
Yeah.
My body's like, actually, what happens a lot is, it fucking flies on the light.
There's just like a shadow cast and he's like
Just
crawling
big-
towards you in the back.
If I'm laying for a while, like my side, I always lay on my side, and it'll like, my hips will start hurting. And that's, I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I've been asleep too long.
Yeah.
That's when I'll have to get up. Or I'll just adjust or kind of flip-flop a lot if I'm still tired. But it's annoying. And I wish it wouldn't happen. But, oh well.
Wish I could sleep in a little bit, huh, buddy? Kind of nice.
I do feel like though, at like, I'm not even the height of my depression, but just like when I was in the middle of it, I guess, I was able to sleep like fucking crazy. Like, I mean, yeah, because I'd go to bed. Well, I guess it's not even that long, but I was always sleeping so late, going to bed at like 4 in the morning or 5 in the 6
Yeah.
or whatever, and then getting up at like 2 or 3. Like, just like, and like, what a weird, like, now I'm up at like, 6:30, time to start the day. And
I'm wide awake before the birds start chirping.
yeah, I'm fucking, Molly, I'm Ned Flanders, except not religious.
Maybe you should become religious.
Ugh, no.
No.
Sorry, Molly. We were talking about Buddhism last night, and I was like, I don't think it's for me, and she can't say, I don't think she likes it. And
Aw.
she said now, and I'm sorry, I do feel bad about it. It's just not for me.
That's fair.
Oh well, we'll get through this.
She's gonna break up with you because you're not a Buddhist.
Not even because I'm not joining, it's because I'm not currently one.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. She's like, you're not a... I've been with
that
this
was
entire
literally
time and
the
you're not a
only reason
Buddhist?
I was with you. There was literally no other reason. I was just
thought this was my way
this is
in."
cool. 'Cause everyone knows you need to get a formal invitation from a current
Yeah,
member.
exactly. You can't just join it willy-nilly. You need to be in a relationship with one.
Yeah, you can even have a friend. You need to have a spouse.
Yeah. You have to
You
like
need
be
to
legally bound.
married from another religion first. you have a good Christian
You have to
wedding,
have a
and
Christian
then you
wedding.
can be a Buddhist.
Yeah. But if you divorce, you
the
get to keep
rule.
the Buddhism in the divorce.
Yeah.
You split the Buddhism in half.
They just take a little butter knife and they go. And here's
So
your
you get to be
Buddhism.
Boo and you get to be Dist.
Oh hey, I'm Boo. And they're like, I'm Dis. Are you fucking kidding me?
I want Boo. And you're like,
Yeah. So the Dick Jeremy.
maybe you shouldn't have slept with the fucking mailman.
I do like the role reverse of the husband is
Yeah.
sleeping with a mailman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say. Ah.
You know, it is weird. Right now, I don't have any sort of a document or anything. I've just been flying out the seat of my pants.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of okay.
I think until like Chris gets back and we get like back on a normal schedule, it's probably gonna be like these, just because we haven't done anything in a while.
Yeah.
So it's like it's mostly just gonna be a catch up, even though we caught up pretty well.
I feel like I'm still missing some shit though.
Hmm.
It's just I think, again, just to kind of recap, I think it's just insane how I'm just a different person.
But it's good.
Yeah, right? Is it? Can you
And I'm
tell?
a different
Like,
person in the yes, I can. It's
Okay.
like you are still the same Terry that I know, as in like you have the same like sense of humor, you're very funny, you have the same like interests, but you just overall seem a lot happier and like less I hate everybody and everything.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's definitely
Like
how I
it
am
seems
now.
like you like people. You have like a much happier and more approachable demeanor now.
That's good. I
Yeah.
hope so. I feel like I am decent at dealing with people. Yeah, before I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
You know, you
what's
hate
really weird?
people.
I would, like, anytime I've had to meet anyone new recently, and they're all kind of like, because again, they're all theater people, so they're all very like,
Yeah.
intense. I'm not. I have this weird part of me that's still like, get the fuck away from me. But then also out of my mouth is like, happy words. And I'm like, oh, hi.
Yeah.
Or, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Even like I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's just you being fake. Like, be fake if it means you're being nice to people. Like,
Well, yeah, right.
what is being fake hurting as long as you're only like spreading joy? You know?
Yeah. I think it's worth faking if that's what's happening. But I'm not. I'm just doing all right. It's just like, I think it is weird. There's like the little goblin in the back of my head is like, you're a fucking piece of shit. And I'm like, tell that girl she's a whore.
you like take out your broom and you're like, get back.
Get in the hole. Yeah. It's just Tom and Jerry in my head.
Yeah. All the time.
Before we end, can I read a couple? I have a few thoughts that I've written down over the last I don't know how long, and these are things that at one point or another I have found hysterical.
Okay. I'm ready.
I need
I'm ready to
find the first
laugh
one.
my ass off, and if I don't laugh,
Okay.
I'm suing you.
Okay. Let's see. This is the first one. So cat and human. They're just like hanging out. Each one, they take a hand, they grab a Cheeto, they eat it, and then the next one, another one grabs a Cheeto and eats it.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
That sounds
right?
like a good Super Bowl commercial.
No, it doesn't.
Hey, the
It sounds
Super
like a
Bowl's
Super
coming around. You should contact Cheetos. You should be like, hey, Cheetos, I got an idea for you.
Quick, get a cat and a boy. The next one, ordering 1 ounce of baby carrots for delivery from Quick Trip for 69 cents.
Yeah.
It's a thing
I
you
like
can
that
do.
Can you?
Yeah. You can order baby carrots from Quick Trip for delivery, and it costs
Are they
you 69 cents.
69 cents an ounce?
I don't know. That's how much it costs. And I thought that was hysterical. And I
You
had
should
to
do
write
that.
it down. We should do that. Let's see. Oh, there's more. No. Oh, this is another one I do like. There's an idea I had that what if Wayne Brady from The Price is... No, that's Drew Carey. Wayne Brady.
What?
Drew Carey hosts The Price is Right. Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah. And so, but it's not something. So no, Wayne Brady from Whose Line Is It Anyway? He's in every comedic sketch ever.
All of them. He's funny. I really like. Oh,
He's really
I was
good.
thinking of fucking Jim Carrey, and I was like, "There's no fucking way Jim Carrey hosts The Price is Right."
No, Drew Carey.
We
I
should-
know I had more on here. Maybe
We should have Wayne Brady redo old sketches. Like, I'm talking. He does like old stand-up routines. Like he does like fucking like the entire John Mulaney like stand-up routine. Like his new
really
kid,
old,
new
like
kid in
John
town.
Mulaney.
Yeah, he does like
the classic
his,
comedy.
and it's just like everything's exactly the same. He's still using the name John, but it's just Wayne Brady, and nobody addresses it.
And he's just doing like the exact same bits in the same voice and everything.
And the like mannerisms too.
Yeah, imagine Wayne Brady acting like little John Mulaney.
Fetch.
I do like John Mulaney. Anyway, we're not doing this right now.
We're not getting into John Mulaney right now.
Yo, that's a whole nother podcast.
I have a fucking comedian that I want to recommend to you. Like once we're done with this. Well, I guess
Well,
I could
put it
recommend
there
it now. Fucking what's his name? Like James Acaster. He's on. He's like he's being featured on Netflix right now. So fucking funny. I loved that shit.
I think he's great. Yeah.
Cause like
I've watched him on a lot of those British panel shows.
yeah,
He's just fucking
he's hilarious.
on it all the time.
I showed him to the my roommates, and then Ben was like, "Is that the? I've never been so mad at something I agree with." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's like, "There's this huge fucking meme. Isn't that the dude?" Because you know it was his signature thing. He was kneeling on the ground for the first 18 minutes of his routine. Yeah, it was so funny.
Yeah, I don't think I watched because he had like 4 specials that came out at the exact same time. I was like, hold the fuck. Do you have that much to say? But anyway, he did, and I think I got like two or three of them. Or got through 2 or 3 of them. 3.
I watched 3, the first 3, and then I watched half of the fourth, because like for the third and the fourth one and a little like the second half of the second one, I was like in the middle of doing something and I just had it on in the background. And that might be the reason for why I'm gonna say this next statement thing, which is I think his first one is the best one, but maybe I should just rewatch the other ones, because like the fucking the I was gonna make a reference to him earlier, but I didn't know if you were gonna get it. Which is when I was like, oh, band kids, or like I was like fucking aggressive towards you or something. I was gonna be like, say your prayers, say your prayers, say your prayers.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but it is funny.
Yeah.
There you go. And if you didn't know, this has been the greatest return of a podcast on the internet ever. Not really, but kinda. Remember, of course, you can go to GoBicker.com and subscribe to all the things. Well, no, you can't subscribe from GoBicker.com, but you can go there and look around, try to find your way to different audio podcast services or YouTube, and subscribe and follow and listen, leave ratings, and only good ratings, though, of course. Duh. And then, and I don't bother going to Patreon. I mean, I might still post like the full stream on there, but you don't need. I mean, we're done with that shit.
Get it out of here.
It's enough. We're gonna have fun now. We're not gonna be.
One day we might pull out the
pigs.
Patreon when you and Chris and Kit do the nude calendar, but that's
we
like,
will
down
still
the line.
do the 2018 nude calendar, whenever.
It's still 2018.
Yeah, that's when we put it on there.
Yeah,
you get the 2018 nude calendar.
That's true.
That is what we're going to deliver.
I really
deliver our
hope down
promises
the
here
line.
at GoBicker.com. Not really, but kinda.
But kinda.
But kinda. If you ever say it's a butt, then it's like talking about butts.
Booty. Was that crisp?
No.
Oh, dang.